All right, so you're prepping for a leather goods quality controller interview. That's awesome. We're diving deep into RoleCatcher's resources today.
We've got career guides, interview questions, even some AI tools to play with.
Yeah, it's all about getting you ready to really impress in that interview.
Think of us as your leather-bound interview prep team.
I like that.
Oh,
Okay, so RoleCatcher provided 9 common interview questions for this role. Should we jump right into tackling those?
yeah.
All right, question number 1. What motivated you to pursue a career as a leather goods quality controller?
This is your chance to showcase your passion. So think about what draws you to leather goods specifically.
Hmm.
Is it the craftsmanship, the history,
Yeah.
the durability?
I see.
Connect your interest in quality control to that specific allure.
So instead of just saying, I've always loved leather,
Mm,
I could say something like, I've always been fascinated by how raw materials are transformed into beautiful, lasting pieces.
yeah,
It's that dedication to quality and detail that makes this role so appealing to me.
much better. You've highlighted your appreciation for the craft and subtly connected it to your personality.
Okay.
Now be ready for follow-up questions they might ask. Why this company specifically?
Okay, so that's where my research on the company comes in, right?
Exactly. Look at their website, mission statement, recent news, anything that shows you've done your homework and you're not just sending out generic applications.
Right. Show them I understand their values and how they align with my own.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay, on to question 2. How do you ensure that leather products meet quality standards? This feels like where I get to showcase my knowledge and experience.
Absolutely. But don't just list the steps. Bring it to life with real examples from your previous roles.
Correct.
Did you ever catch a subtle flaw that others missed? Use a specific tool to ensure accurate measurements. Think about those moments that demonstrate your attention to detail and your proactive approach.
So instead of saying, I inspect seams for straightness,
Hmm.
I could say, in my previous role, I noticed a slight deviation in a seam that wasn't immediately obvious. I used a magnifying glass and a precision ruler to confirm the issue and ensure it was corrected before the product moved forward. That paints a clearer picture, right?
Exactly. You've showcased your knowledge of tools and techniques, and you've demonstrated a commitment to catching even the smallest imperfections. Interviewers love those specific examples.
Makes sense. Okay, question 3. How do you handle quality issues or defects in leather products? This one feels a bit trickier. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but I also need to show I can take action.
It's about problem solving and diplomacy. You want to demonstrate that you can identify issues, document them thoroughly, and then communicate effectively with the relevant teams.
Okay.
Think about a time you encountered a quality issue and how you collaborated with production, design, or even suppliers to find a solution.
So I could say something like, once I discovered a batch of leather with inconsistent coloring, I immediately documented the issue, including photographs and detailed descriptions. Then I contacted the supplier to discuss the problem and worked with them to identify the root cause and find a suitable replacement. That shows I'm proactive and solution-oriented, right?
Exactly. And notice how you didn't dwell on blaming the supplier. You focused on collaboration and resolution, which is what any employer wants to see.
Got it. Now, this next question feels a bit trickier. How do you ensure that leather products meet regulatory requirements and standards?
Okay.
I know things like REACH and CPSIA are important, but I'll admit I'm not totally up to date on all the specifics.
That's understandable. Don't panic if you don't know every single regulation offhand.
Right.
This question is more about demonstrating your commitment to compliance.
Okay.
So start by acknowledging the importance of regulations like REACH and CPSIA, which focus on chemical safety and product safety respectively.
Okay.
Then highlight how you stay informed about these regulations.
Right. Through industry publications, training courses, or professional organizations.
So I could say something like, I regularly consult resources like the Leather Working Group and stay updated on relevant regulations like REACH and CPSIA to ensure our products meet safety and quality standards. If I wanted to show initiative, I could mention a time I implemented a new system for tracking compliance, right?
Excellent. That showcases your proactive approach to staying informed
Yeah.
and your willingness to contribute to improving processes.
Got it. Okay, next question. How do you ensure that leather products meet customer expectations and satisfaction? This feels connected to the quality standards question, but with a slightly different focus.
You're right. It's about understanding the customer's perspective and how that influences our approach to quality control.
Oh,
Think about how you gather and analyze customer feedback.
okay.
Do you use surveys, reviews, direct communication? And how do you incorporate that feedback into your work to ensure products meet or exceed those expectations. Okay, so I can say something like, I believe customer feedback is invaluable. I actively monitor product reviews and social media for any recurring concerns. In my previous role, I implemented a system for tracking customer feedback, which allowed us to identify areas for improvement and ensure we were meeting their needs. It's about showing that I'm not just focused on the technical aspects, but also on the people who use the products, right?
Absolutely. You've demonstrated a customer-centric approach and initiative in using feedback for continuous improvement.
Great. Okay, next question. How do you ensure that leather products are produced efficiently and cost-effectively?
Hmm.
I'm guessing this isn't about cutting corners on quality.
You're right. It's about finding that balance between maintaining high standards and optimizing processes.
Right.
Have you ever identified bottlenecks in a production process, streamlined a workflow, suggested ways to reduce waste without compromising quality? These are the types of experiences you want to highlight here.
Okay, I could say something like, in my previous role, I noticed a redundancy in our inspection process. By suggesting a slight adjustment to the workflow, we were able to reduce time spent without impacting the thoroughness of the inspection. That shows I'm thinking about efficiency, right?
It does. You've demonstrated an ability to analyze processes and identify opportunities for improvement. That's a valuable skill for any quality controller.
Okay, now let's move on to a question that's becoming increasingly important in the industry. How do you ensure that leather products are produced sustainably and responsibly?
Okay.
This is a topic I'm really passionate about. I believe sustainability should be a priority in all industries, especially those working with natural resources.
It's a great opportunity to align your values with those of the company.
Right.
Do you have any knowledge of sustainable leather sourcing, waste reduction strategies, or ethical labor practices? And have you researched the company's own sustainability initiatives?
Yes, I have. I've been reading about the Leather Working Group and their efforts to promote environmental best practices within the leather industry. I can also mention my experience implementing a recycling program in a previous role, which significantly reduced our waste.
That's perfect. You've demonstrated your knowledge and your commitment to sustainable practices. It also shows you've done your research on the company and their values.
Okay, good. Next question. How do you assess the quality of leather products that are sourced from external suppliers? This feels like it combines quality control with supplier management.
You're right. It's about ensuring consistency and quality even when working with outside vendors.
Right.
Do you have experience conducting supplier audits, setting up quality agreements, monitoring supplier performance? Think about how you ensure that external suppliers meet the same high standards as your internal production teams.
Okay. In my previous role, I helped develop a supplier scorecard that tracked key metrics like on-time delivery, defect rates, and adherence to quality standards. This allowed us to identify and address any issues proactively.
That's a great example. It shows you understand the importance of supplier quality management and have taken concrete steps to ensure consistency.
Okay, great. Now for the final question on our list. How do you ensure that the leather products are tested for safety and durability?
All right,
This is where I can showcase my technical expertise and my knowledge of testing procedures.
go for it.
I'm comfortable with a range of industry-standard tests for leather goods. I've conducted tensile strength tests, abrasion resistance tests, and color fastness tests. In my previous role, I was even responsible for calibrating and maintaining our testing equipment to ensure accurate results.
Excellent. You've highlighted your hands-on experience and your attention to detail, which are crucial for this role.
Wow, we covered all 9 questions. I'm feeling much more prepared. But before we move on, can we talk about RoleCatcher's AI tools? They sound like they could really help with fine-tuning my answers and tailoring them to each specific company.
They absolutely can. Imagine having an AI that analyzes your responses, offering feedback on your delivery, clarity, and content.
It sounds like having a personal interview coach available 24/7. Tell me more.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze job descriptions and suggest specific skills or experiences to highlight in your answers. You can even record yourself answering common interview questions and get AI-powered feedback to help you improve your delivery and ensure you're hitting the right points. It's like having a secret weapon for interview prep.
That's amazing. I'm definitely going to explore those tools. But before I do, can we delve a little deeper into the career path for a leather goods quality controller? I'm curious about the different stages and what skills I should be developing as I progress.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at what RoleCatcher's career guide has to say about that.
Perfect. I'm ready to learn more. So let's unpack this career path. RoleCatcher breaks it down into stages.
Entry level, junior, senior.
Okay.
It's like levels of craftsmanship. You start as an apprentice, honing your skills, learning from the masters.
I like that analogy. So at the entry level, I'm mastering those visual inspections,
Yeah.
running expedite tests, and basically proving my eagle eye is up to snuff.
Precisely. You're building a foundation, learning the company's specific standards, and demonstrating your meticulous nature. What kind of tasks do you envision yourself doing at this stage that you could mention in the interview?
Well, the guide mentioned documenting quality issues, collaborating with production teams to address them, maybe even assisting with basic material testing, I could say. I'm eager to learn from experienced professionals and contribute to maintaining those high standards this company is known for. I'm also comfortable using software to track and document quality data.
Excellent. You've highlighted your willingness to learn, your collaborative spirit, and your technical skills, all key for an entry-level position.
Okay, cool. Now, how about when I level up to junior quality controller? What changes then?
This is where you start taking on more responsibility.
Okay.
You might be involved in developing and implementing quality control processes, training new team members, or even assisting with root cause analysis when those pesky defects pop up.
Root cause analysis. That sounds intense. Like a quality detective.
It is. It's about digging deeper to find the underlying reasons for quality issues, not just putting a Band-Aid on the symptoms.
Right.
You'll need sharp analytical skills and a problem-solving mindset.
So it's not just about spotting flaws. It's about understanding why they occur in the first place.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, picture yourself as a seasoned senior quality controller. What do you see?
Leading a team, for sure. Developing overall quality strategies for the entire production process, maybe even working directly with suppliers to ensure those standards are met from start to finish.
Exactly. You've become the quality guru, guiding others, making strategic decisions, and ensuring the company's reputation for excellence remains untarnished.
It's inspiring to see how much the role evolves and how much room there is for growth. But it also sounds like continuous learning is essential in this field. What are some ways to stay ahead of the curve?
The leather industry, like fashion itself, is constantly evolving. RoleCatcher suggests a few strategies: following industry publications, attending trade shows, taking online courses, even joining professional organizations.
I bet those organizations offer some fantastic networking opportunities too. Connecting with other professionals, sharing knowledge, staying informed about the latest trends.
Precisely. It's not just about what you know, it's about who you know and how you continue to expand your expertise.
Right. Speaking of expanding expertise, can we circle back to those RoleCatcher AI tools?
Yeah.
I'm curious how they can help me tailor my answers to specific companies and really make my applications stand out.
Absolutely. Think of RoleCatcher's AI as your personalized interview coach. It analyzes job descriptions, identifying keywords and skills that the employer is looking for. Then it helps you weave those elements into your answers, ensuring you're speaking their language.
So it's like a cheat sheet for impressing the hiring manager.
More like a strategic guide. It doesn't rate your answers for you, but it helps you refine your message and ensure you're highlighting the most relevant skills and experiences.
Okay. And you mentioned that it can also analyze my responses and provide feedback.
That's right. Imagine recording yourself answering a common interview question. RoleCatcher's AI can assess your delivery, pointing out areas where you could be more concise or impactful. It'll even suggest alternative phrasing to help you sound more confident and professional.
Wow, that's incredible. It's like having a mock interview with an expert, but without the pressure of a real person staring you down.
Exactly. It's all about building your confidence and refining your answers so you feel prepared to knock their socks off.
Speaking of knocking their socks off, I'm feeling pretty good about those interview questions now. But is there anything else I should keep in mind as I prepare for this interview? Any insights from the career guide that might give me an edge?
There's one key point that RoleCatcher emphasizes throughout their guide.
Oh, okay. I'm ready. What's the secret sauce?
It's all about passion. Yet skills and experience are crucial, but don't be afraid to let your enthusiasm for leather goods shine through.
Okay, so don't hold back on my leather love.
Exactly. Talk about what fascinates you about the industry, the craftsmanship, the materials themselves. Let them see that you're not just looking for a job, you're pursuing a passion.
Yeah, I like that. It's about showing them I'm genuinely invested in the world of leather goods, not just clocking in and out.
Precisely. A quality controller who's passionate about the product is inherently more invested in maintaining those high standards.
Makes sense. You know, digging into these RoleCatcher resources has actually sparked a new level of excitement for me about this career path. It's not just about inspecting seams. It's about being a guardian of quality, a detective of defects, and a champion for sustainability.
That's the spirit. You're seeing the bigger picture now, the impact this role has on the company. the customer,
Hmm.
and even the environment.
And honestly, using those AI tools to fine-tune my answers and get feedback on my delivery has boosted my confidence tenfold. I feel like I can walk into that interview and truly showcase my best self.
That's what we love to hear. Preparation is key. But passion is the fuel that ignites success. Now, before you go conquer that interview, I have one final thought for you to ponder.
Ooh, a brain teaser. Hit me.
Think about this. What's one unexpected skill you could bring to this role that goes beyond the typical requirements? Something that might surprise them, but also add real value to the company.
Okay, let me think. We've talked about technical skills,
Mm-hmm.
regulations, customer focus. But what's something different?
It could be anything that demonstrates your adaptability, creativity, or unique perspective. Perhaps you have a background in photography and could help enhance their product visuals. Or maybe you're a whiz at data analysis and could contribute to process optimization.
Those are good ones. What if, since sustainability is so important in this industry, what if I highlighted my knowledge of ethical sourcing practices? I've done some research on fair trade initiatives for leather producers. It's not directly related to quality control, but it shows I'm thinking about the bigger picture.
That's a fantastic example. It demonstrates your commitment to sustainability, your initiative to learn beyond the immediate role. And it might even spark a conversation about the company's own sourcing practices.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a way to show them I'm not just ticking boxes. I'm genuinely invested in the ethical aspects of the industry. I love that idea.
Remember, a quality controller isn't just inspecting products, they're safeguarding the company's reputation. Showing you care about responsible practices speaks volumes.
This whole deep dive has been incredible. I feel so much more confident and prepared for this interview, not just with the answers, but with a deeper understanding of the role in the industry as a whole. Thank you for being such a fantastic guide.
It's been my pleasure. Remember, passion and preparedness are a powerful combination. Go rock that interview.
I will dive